Yes, I think, as has been said, these are fantastic opportunities. These sites don't come along very often. I think fundamentally the transport links, being rail-enabled developments, both of them, the tube and the upgrade of the rail line, which I think needs to go beyond the 4 trains an hour and so on, which is obviously the ambition. I think that's key, as also the power network, the heat network specifically, because heat is such a big part of that carbon footprint and that energy demand. So there are some really good ingredients there. And the other ingredients, which I think are fundamental here as both an opportunity, but also something that needs to be nurtured quite carefully here, are the blue and the green arteries around these developments. We've seen those in terms of the links to the public parks, Lee Park, and the network in Nine Elms, but also the mighty River Thames and the Lee Valley as well. So you've got that blend already. But it has been said, it is complicated then. And so I think where I was thinking about this, with those building blocks in place, you've got to then think about the people who are already living there or nearby, who will have a construction zone around them for a long period. So there's a local environmental quality issue just to be very careful about through these kinds of developments. And it's this looking further ahead as well. We've heard earlier long-term, as a perspective, and these kind of pieces of infrastructure will last for decades and centuries. So we're actually here in both of these locations looking at 22nd century developments and thinking about what the social, demographic, technological, commercial, and of course climate change pressures will be at that time. So some of the things we've been thinking about in some of the developments we're involved in on infrastructure and cities are, how you think about that slightly more long-term set of issues through the lens of a kind of turquoise cities approach. So looking at, first of all, it's got to be the people, so the livability and the usability as well. I think we've talked about livability of the city and the development. Usability is probably the slightly nerdy younger brother of livability, and is about infrastructure that really is very, very user friendly. People are consumers, very demanding of that now. So, and technology has a key role there. So that's the first bit: livability, usability for the communities. Water, climate resilience, absolutely all around that concept. The third one is kind of get that environmental features working for you, the ecosystem services, and so on, and manage those local environmental issues. And the fourth bit of that turquoise city sort of lens would be innovation and the commercial opportunity around that, again both featuring in these developments. But I think overall it's how you then take that down a notch into practical things. So one example would be in Islington. Clearly cycling, big aspiration for these developments. In Islington they've rolled out 6 secure cycle storage units with green roofs. So green roofs, probably a little bit of rainwater attenuation, cycling. You're hitting a lot of different things, but you've got to be working at that quite detailed level, that granular level, as well as at this master planning level as well, and following some of these issues through all the way into that detail on those individual developments, as you were saying very clearly that it is a composition of so many different sites. So they'd be some of the themes I'd pick up.